everyone, welcome to today's video. And today I'm with Ranger and we're going to be doing some basic lunging for respect exercises, and we want your horse to be respecting you as well on the ground as they would as if you were in the saddle. Out groundwork, basics, warming up, and the order that what we're going to do that in. Now the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to lunge. Now the purpose of lunging is basically going to be to get your horse moving. So I have just the halter, I have the horse already saddled, and I have a dressage whip. You can use a lunge whip. The whole concept of this is that the horse is moving around in a circle and you are standing in the center. However, it doesn't usually work that way. You want to warm up with a lunge. Now, if you can start out with a nice easy walk, that's a good way to start. The hand that faces the horse's head is going to have the lunge line in it. I want to make a wide with my hand, and I want to keep that hand pointed towards the horse's nose. Now, my body, my belly button is going to be pointed behind the saddle, and I'm going to have my motivation hand, my hand with the whip, or my hand with just the excess rope in it, is going to be pointed toward behind the horse. Now, I have to make this clear. This is walk. If I want to trot, it's 2 clicks. So, trot, and you can also use an upward inflection. Now the horse is trotting. Come on. If he slows down, I have to continue to motivate him. I don't have to move my whip as long as he's moving. But just a nice, easy trot. Come on. Keep it going. Just depends. All right. Now the horse is trotting. The next step is going to be a canter. So your canter is going to be a verbal signal, and I'm going to add a little motivation hand. My verbal signal is a big kiss. So, come on, come on, come on. Hey. Hey. Come on. Hey. Now I had to get after him a little bit. Come on. Some horses are right in here than others. And some horses you have to work with a little bit longer than others. But what I did when I wanted him to come to me was I put my head down. That drew him back into the circle. Now I'm going to reposition. I want to go the opposite direction. My hand is up. I'm going to take my slack into my other hand. Doesn't mean they always do what you want them to do. They can get excited too. Now I'm walking back into position here. There you go. I can walk around as long as I keep my body in that basic same position where my belly button is pointed towards the horse's hindquarters behind the saddle. And my motivation hand is behind the horse's tail. And I can't step in front of his nose. Think of the withers in the saddle as the drive line. My body has to be driving him forward. Now, we have a nice trot. Nope. He doesn't want to go that direction. We have to stop again. Ooh. I'm going to bring him back into me. Ooh. When you have a horse that wants to stop, and push him out. Bring him back into you and push him out. Make him work. Sometimes they get a little bit of an attitude, and this is what you have to do. No, no, no. See how I walked behind him? He was thinking about slowing down. And they get an attitude every once in a while. They all do. Just don't get upset. Don't worry about it. We have a change in the weather. Changes of the weather a lot of time will affect a horse's attitude, as well as your attitude as well. If you've had a bad day, if you're angry, you're not thinking about what you're doing, that can change their attitude as well. Now I So this is lunging for respect. I want him to respect my space. I want him to trot as long as I want him to trot. No, 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 no. So, reel him back in and push him around. I didn't really. Now, he slowed down twice on me. Come on. Let's speed things up. Come on. That's my verbal cue. Keep going. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's go. All right. See how that was much more respectful? Back up. Back up. Back up. You just have to go back to lunging for respect. Make sure that the horse respects what you tell them to do when you tell them to do it. And another thing to make sure you do is make sure the horse is backing when you ask them to back. Back. Come on. You have to add a little. Back. 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 Then you want them to bring their heads down. Come on. Back. Head down. Back. Back. That's another exercise. Groundwork for success is something you always have to repeat. And remember, they have bad days just like you, and you have to go back to the exercises that make them pay attention to you and make them realize, yeah, see, not such a bad person. Maybe I should listen. Thank you so much for joining me on today's video. And if you enjoyed the video, give us a like. And if you haven't already, please subscribe.